Yo, it's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy trading video. Today I'm just go over some trade breakdowns and trade reviews, trades that I took this week, and also other people's trades as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you smash that like button and let's get right into it. So first, let me go over my trades. Let me just go ahead and grab that real quick. Excuse my commentary. I'm sick once again because my siblings keep getting me sick. Keep getting the cold, bro. So please excuse my commentary and just bear with me. All right, so let's get into the first trade. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick. All right, so let's go over to my private journal. We can go over that real quick. All right, so let's go over to my private trading journal and go to the first trade. Okay, so this was the first trade that I took this week. As you can see, I did do a live price action video on this, so if you guys want to go watch that, you guys can just go to my previous video and watch that, just like that. Watch this whole trade, how it happened, and all the price action to it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm not gonna go over this one since you guys can go watch that and look at that trade. This was the second trade I took right here. Now, this trade was pretty retarded. I'm gonna tell you my mistake, not retarded, but I'm gonna tell you the mistakes that I made with this trade. So let's go over to GU. Okay, and then let's go to where I took the trade. Take that out. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. All right, so this was the trade I took right here. Stopped out. All right, now looking at GU, right, my initial plan was to sell to get to this original consolidation, right? I had took one sell right here, took a good amount of profits out from this sell, and then I was looking for a continuation to come down. Since we weekly open was here, we went up on Monday, right, and then we came down. I was expecting Wednesday to make the low of the week, okay, when I took this trade here. So I took this trade on Tuesday, and I was expecting Wednesday, tomorrow, the next day, to make the low of the week. Which, what happened was, what was it, the 12th? The 12th, I did take that trade, yeah. The 12th on New York session, which was a Tuesday, right? And then Wednesday, I was expecting the low of the week. And you can see on the 13th, what's today? The 16th, 15th, hold on, let me see which day was Wednesday real quick. So 15th was Friday. All right, 14th Thursday. Okay, so the 13th was Wednesday. So yeah, I was hoping that the low of the week would happen Wednesday for the FOMC with FOMC, and you can see how price left all this right here. Price left all this right here. Okay. So this is all liquidity right here to be taken out. And then price had came back up into this bearish order block, which I thought it was gonna sell at, to come and take all this out to make the low of the week. I didn't have to get through down here, you know what I mean? But I was expecting the low of the week to happen on a Wednesday FOMC to take all this out right here, right, and then continue up, right? But as you can see, that didn't happen, and I got stopped out. Now, one mistake that I did make entry wise and my model wise is that this was the low, the last low that created this high, this swing high. Now, what you would want to expect, right, when I took this trade, to create another swing low, which we didn't, and then we had this run up right here. We started having this run up right here. Okay, now what happened is that I wanted to take this sell, right, to get down to here, but as you can see, we failed to create a lower low, so this swing basically became more so a draw on liquidity. All right, and you can see how that took me out, and I should have waited for at least this low to break. Now, I was looking at how the candles and the volume, most of the bulk of the volume was closing below this, so I was expecting this to possibly go lower, so this wasn't completely a dumb trade. But I think my mistake would have been I should have waited for this high to be established by breaking these lows down here. You know what I mean? For a continuation of the trend to continue down, to take out this and also possibly this right here, but at least this liquidity right here. And I took that around London session, right? London session, you know, so it's all good, you know. I don't think the trade was that bad. I'll give it a C. A C for the loss, you know what I mean? But yeah, all right, so let's go to the second trade, the third trade basically. Let me grab that real quick. So my third trade, right, let me see where that was. Okay, so that was my second trade. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this was my third trade, and this was actually very stupid. All right, so I'm gonna show you the stupidity that I had with this trade. You feel me? I took 4 trades this week, and I could say at least one of them I shouldn't have taken, which is this one. I should avoid it at all costs, you know. And you know, I could have kind of avoided the other loss that I took too as well. So let's go over this stupidity. So let's go right to the chart. Actually, we're gonna go to the chart. All right, so as you can see right here. Oh my god, this was so stupid. Okay, so basically our daily open was around here. Well, as you can see on here. Okay, so you can see daily open right here. So daily open was right around here, right? Okay, so let's just mark that out real quick. Daily open, I'm gonna just put a line, you know what I'm saying, just to annotate what range, what area is in the daily open, right? Just to show you guys a little bit of the context. So I'm gonna make this let me do this real quick. All right, check this out. Okay, so daily open is this red line. So my context was that price. Okay, my initial thought, my initial plan. This is how I'm gonna tell you how stupid this trade was. Okay, my initial thought was that price open, right? We had a run up in London, and I was thinking that this is open, high, low, close, right? Open, high, right? Low, which it kind of did, and then you know it kind of closed up here, right? It closed around here. Okay, but you know what I mean? This oh my gosh, guys, this was retarded. Which is open, high, low, close. Okay, so let me gather my whole initial thinking that I had on this trade, right? So first, you get that I'm trying to get the power of 3, right? Open, high, low, close. This was my initial thought, that we run up in London, we come into this higher time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour area of supply, right? This bearish order block with this as well. Yep, this bearish order block, but I refined it to this little area right here, right? We came up in there during London. All right, so since we came up during London, I was expecting London to sell off and New York to at least get back down to daily open price, right? And I tried to take a sell around here. I did have a sell limit after this price came down right here. I had a sell limit right here, right, expecting price to come up, but you see it failed to do that. It left a little bit of liquidity right here, and it came close to OTE and then continued down, right? So guess what my dumbass did? All right, let me tell you guys. Okay, so what I did was, right, we came up London, we're coming down for New York. Maybe New York is a reverse, not New York. Yeah, New York is the reversal, and this is gonna be the reversal right here, where, you know what I'm saying, price is gonna continue back up. Now, when I tell you this was stupid, because this isn't very smart wise. If you think of power of 3, right? Open, high, low, close. If we went up London and we went up a good amount of a range, and we're coming back down for London and New York, right, back to daily open, right? Shouldn't we continue down and take out this liquidity right here from the buyers that were in right here to continue up? All the sell stops right here, and basically the swing right here, right? This is basically like a turtle soup, but a very extended one, to come down, and this would be your draw on liquidity, right? And plus we came into this higher time frame order block. So what's the next draw on liquidity? These lows right here to possibly come down here, right, into this 1 hour order block. Now I am bullish possibly for next week if we get down here. Just giving you guys a heads up. I'm still gonna do a weekly analysis, but as you can see, it came and stopped me out. And you know, it was just very stupid because it stopped me out. You know what I mean? Not because it stopped me out, because I went against my initial my initial plan. You know what I mean? So as you can see, it did that, and you see I paid for it, right? So these are my 3 trades. 2 were okay. One was a okay loss. I give it a C. It was still bad, but you know what I'm saying. But this one was just completely stupid. So avoid these stupid mistakes. Don't go against your, you know what I'm saying. It's good to adapt, but this was just more illogical, right? It looked good for a second, and I was like, hey, it could buy from right here, but it wasn't enough context. All the context was going against me, as you can see. So as you can see, open, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? Back to the lows, open, right? Open, high, low, close, right? All right. So yeah, you can see right there. Now let's go to Friday. I took this Thursday. Let's go to Friday. All right. So this was a very good trade. Fridays really loved me. I'm not gonna cap. It didn't do exactly what I thought it was going to do for the day, but it didn't matter. You know, the price doesn't always have to hit your targets, or you know what I mean, your final target or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're pulling money on the market, you're pretty good. It wasn't the best reward wise for what I traded. Is basically I got like a 1 to 3 and then a 1 to 2 right here. So as you can see the trade. I'm gonna just go over a little bit of context, and then we could go over some trade reviews of other trades. So as you can see, right, we have daily open. We came down just a little bit, start of Asian session, and then we had this run up into this higher time frame order block. Same thing that happened yesterday, right? Open, high, low, right? Open, London, high. I'm not looking for no New York reversal, because I would expect a New York reversal to be down here, and they would have to aggressively get down there first, right? So I saw that London came up. You can see how it took out liquidity right here. Stop hunt. ICT calls it a turtle soup, right into this higher time frame order block, which I put a market execution because I just saw it when it came up here. Like I had just hopped on the chart, so I'm like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I already had all this drawn out, you know what I mean? But this happened right here, right? So I got in here. I broke even my stops once we came down to this area right here for this one. Once we broke all this structure right here, because I don't really expect it to come back up afterwards, you know, it's London. And then you can see New York session came right in right here. This was around, yeah, New York kill zone right here. I took a re-entry right inside of this higher time frame order block. Not too much refinement, you know what I mean? I don't like to over refine. I like to refine a little bit, not over refine. And I took this trade right here, but I targeted right at daily open, right? I didn't want to target all the way down here. I wanted to pull some profit out, especially since I took a second entry, you know, take the 1 to 2, just get out and then hold this as a runner and see what this does. So you can see I hurried up and took my profit here and a 1 to 2, and I still have this running down here. I took partials, as you can see, 40% right here, right? And I was expecting us to run lower down here, but you can see like a lot of too much going on, you know what I mean? After it came up right here, and then started coming down, and it fell to come lower to take out this low resistance liquidity right here. Do you see these two lows right here together? This low resistance liquidity, I was expecting that to be ran, but it started coming up again. Right here. And then I just went ahead and just closed the rest of my positions right here, because I didn't want to, you know, excuse me, I didn't want to risk this coming up and just taking me out, taking all this profit out, because this times where that happened, I just wanted to get out on a cool little Friday. I had a good winner right here with this trade. I could have held it, yeah, but I would have been holding over the weekend, and you know what I'm saying, it's all right. You know what I mean? I with this price action, I'll just take it. You know what I mean? So it was a good, I said 5% profit. It was actually a 4% profit from these two trades right here. If I would have took more partials around here, it would have been a lot more, close to 5% profit. But it's okay. 4% is okay. It made up for the losses that I did this weekend in my first trade. It was I made a good amount off of that too. So it was overall a good week, even though I had two bad trades. Well, one okay bad trade, but the other one was just freaking horrible. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown of my trades. So let's go over. There's only 2 people that sent me charts, and you feel me, because you guys didn't want to send me any charts. A lot of not enough of you doesn't mean I'm not about to, y'all not about to stop me from making this video. So let me go over these 2 charts real quick, and thank you guys for actually sending me your trades that we could review and go over. And I know this is gonna help somebody else out, you know what I mean, going over your winners and your losses. So let's get right into that. So my man Eagle Ray has sent me very detailed, it's not the most detailed, but he sent me a lot of effort with this, so I really appreciate this, bro. It seems that you took gold sales right here. So this was a winner that he took right here. I'm gonna go over to the chart to see how that looks real quick. Let's go to that. Okay, so looking at gold, I can see my man Eagle was going off of this area of supply right here, this whole range. Excuse my voice, sorry, my voice was weird right there, like, bro, what the hell. But yeah, I can see that you were going off of this area of supply right here, which is, let's mark out this whole wick right here. Let's mark this out. So this area right here, actually didn't, it did come into it. Okay, you can also mark out just this whole order block right here. That's what I would do, but if you want to refine it, you could mark this out. You might miss it, but you can see it kind of tapped into that, and I can see that you took it right, hold on, let me, Jesus Christ, okay. So we can see that you took this sell right here. We can see that it came down, had a displacement lower, it kind of chopped around a little bit, and you took this sell here. Okay, so this was your winner. Okay, cool. I'll put higher time frame array on accident. So right here, I'm gonna just go off of like what I probably would have done. I don't know how you did your trade management. It would be a lot better if you show me your full trade management and actually annotate it, like how I do in my videos. Actually annotate it and actually journal it, because it's pretty good, you know what I mean. Yeah, your stops was right above that order block, and you took this sell right here. Okay, so knowing me, bro, like knowing me, I probably would have got hit out at break even, no cap. But it's good, it's good that it depends on your plan. Like, you held, how much, where did you hold it at? You held it all the way down to this order block, this smaller time frame order block, which was right here. Yeah, so knowing me, bro, I don't know what it got. I would have got hit out at break even, because I know, like, if price, the way that price came down, right, we came lower, and I'm expecting us to get past this area of demand right here to at least break lower. So once we came into that, I probably would have had my stops either halfway, you know what I'm saying, or at break even. Just looking at it, I'm not saying this is the best thing to do, but I know that's what I would have done, because I wouldn't have wanted to, once it came down, and you know what I'm saying, and it came into some type of area of demand and started printing back up, I wouldn't want to hold through this right here. Now, this isn't the type of trade that I would take, but it's a winner for you, so that's good on you, bro. I can see your stops is above here. Yeah, I would have got hit out at break even, or hit out at like half a loss. because once it came down, you know that these highs would have been taken out. It's going to be taken out. Once it fails to come lower, you possibly know this high would be taken out, and this as well, because this is all low resistance liquidity as well, and it could come and have a run higher, which it didn't do. And you know what I'm saying, that's okay, you know what I'm saying, but this is too aggressive for me, you know what I mean. But if it works for you, that's pretty good. I like this trade because you actually, you know, it's a winner. So you know, you gotta like it, especially if it goes with your plan. Yeah, so once say I didn't, right, say I didn't get out of that break even, I held this. Once it breaks below this area right here, I would have put my stops above halfway, and then once we come lower against this low, break even or partial out, and I would have held to this area right here or a little bit lower. Now let's go over the other one that you sent me. So you took these buys here, okay, you took these buys here. Now you had said that you know the problem, right? You had your Mario's areas marked out. So you said at H4 time frame there's a wick, right? So at the lower time frame there's always an up candle before a down as a FU candle. Okay, so what happened? I don't use H3 H2, so I went on H1 directly, so no OB was clear to select on that. Okay, so this is the thing, bro. You don't want to over refine too much. Let me see right here. You said this wick retested. Okay, all right, so let's go over this real quick. Now looking at this, right, you refined it to whatever was inside of this wick right here. Whatever was inside this wick right here, that's what you refined. Now you can see it never got up there, right? Just know it doesn't have to come up there. If you wait for very extreme you know, discounts and premiums, there's a lot of trades you're gonna miss. And as well as, you know what I'm saying, it might be too over refined to where it could mess you up with your trading. So as you can see, what I would have did was I would have just kept it on this whole hour 4. You see this up candle right here before the down move? I would have kept it on this whole hour 4 open. Sometimes you could do the wick, but if it's too large of a range, just do the open to the wick above here, and then you go off of that, right? You go off of that, and then you could kind of refine it to see what happens inside, you know what I'm saying, to kind of refine a little bit down. But you know, you don't want to over refine, especially if you feel me, like just this little tiny wick right here, that's what you're looking at. Yeah, it might not get up there. You could have did this whole entire wick on the 4 hour, the range right here from this body to the up move, right? You could have did that, and it would have hit it right to the it would have hit it right to the pip, right? But you know, that's over refinement. Just look at this area, see what it does inside of there. If it's really clean, then you can start taking it, you know, trying to get a trade off of that. And that's where you took your little 5-minute trade, which worked out completely fine. Now the trade that you lost, bro, when I was looking at it, you tried to take it at this POI right here to think that it could go back up, which was a good initial thought. It's a good initial thought, right? Okay, it's a good initial thought. You expecting to go up to get to your refinement, your more refined area, right? So excuse me, right? You saw this right here, right? The reaction, you scale down to the lower time frames, and you see that you had a stop point, then you had a breaker structure, and then you had 2 POIs that you were looking at. Okay, right? So let's look at that. But first, let's understand. Let's go to that trade. All right. So this is the area you have marked up. This is what you were expecting it to come down into to go back up. So like this into here, and then continue back up to your higher time frame, your refinement, and use this as liquidity, right? So you know, that's a good thought, right? But you have to understand on what's the probability side of this, right? So let's look at the higher time frame. So as you can see that on a higher time frame, we're bullish, right? This was my analysis for last week. I know you guys have seen that, so you can see how this played out very well. I never removed these stayed since last week, this whole little, you know, draw right here. And you can see that we're bullish on a higher time frame. We took out structure right here, we're bullish structure wise, and we came up aggressively into this higher time frame premium array, okay, inside of this supply area. And you can see we got the reaction, a little bit of reaction right inside of here. So now that we're up here, let's think of premium and discount. You can see how discount is down here. It's from this swing high to this swing, from this swing low to this swing high, right? And you can see how our premium is here and our discount is down here. This is our discount arrays. So since you have this very big clean push up, right, very aggressive, a lot of imbalance left from this push up, right, into this higher time frame array, how probable would this be to try to take a buy here when we're in premium areas, premium territories at an area of supply, right, that it's reacting to? How probable would it be to take out this low right here? What's the next draw on liquidity once we react off of this to come and fill in this imbalance right here? So it wouldn't be very wise to try to take this trade right here to continue back up. Now, it's a good idea, of course, but the probability of it doing that when you have this against you right here, where price is most likely drawn to, because if price is most likely drawn to this, it's smashing through this to get into here and to possibly come into discount territories. So that was the one mistake right there, right? The thought was good that it could come into that little discount inside of this premium array to push up into your refinement, right? But you got to remember where we're already at and where we're pushing down at. So overall, I'll rate your trade from your first sell. I'll give it a cool little 8. You know what I mean? Cool little 8, 7. But the buy it wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? The thought was good, but probability wise and trying to take that, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's really low grade. You know what I mean? So be wary of this and look at your higher time frame to know what's going on and where price is most likely drawn to and what prices will most likely crash into and what's high probable and low probable. You know what I mean? So good shit, bro. Thanks for sharing your analysis with us, bro. Really appreciate it. All right, so next is Donovan. Let me look at this real quick and see. Okay, so this was GU. All right, so as I can see, GU had came up to a premium array, and you have your breaker structure that you were thinking right here, and this was your return to order block that you were looking for right inside of here. So we're gonna go to the charts and look at that. Let me make sure I got everything correct. Okay, Euro USD. Okay, we're gonna go over that next. Let's go over this first, and let's see what happened here and what went wrong. All right. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on higher time frame wise. So higher time frame, you can see EU came down and now we're pushing back up, right? This is our swing high to our swing low on the daily. All of this is internal liquidity. Anything inside of this is internal liquidity and can be a draw. Any internal liquidity is most likely a draw. So you can see these highs right here, these eternal highs can be liquidity to be taken out. Now I was paying attention to this order block right here to possibly continue down, but you gotta expect this to possibly be taken out to get into a higher premium, like how it came into this FVG inside of here, as you can see, this FVG, and also you have this order block inside of here. So now that we have a higher time frame where this can potentially be ran out, right, let's scale down. Okay, so as you can see, you tried to take a sell after it came into this premium right here and came down. Now understand that this right here is low resistance liquidity, and if we didn't really respect this right here, this area right here, we purged through this, we could potentially push through this because there's FEG inside of here and there's also a premium array above that as well, and this is most likely inducement, right? All right, so once it came into there and took this out, you gotta basically have a more bullish outlook to possibly push through a lot more It could, you see how it gave this little pullback right here into this down candle right here. I was expecting it to come possibly below that into here to continue up, but it didn't do that. But as you can see, right, you took this sell here. Okay, so let's think of it like this, right? Let's say even if, right, we came up, took this out, liquidity out, and you want to sell down, right? You want to sell, you want to take a RTO off this bearish order block to sell back down. I don't know which, I forgot which one you took it off of. Let me see. Okay, you took it on the 15, and let's go to the 15. Was it this one? Or is it higher? Okay, it was the lowest one, and it's the refined one. Okay, so was this one right here? Okay, so yeah, this one right here, right? Let me remove this. Okay, so as you can see, right, this was a swing. Like, you could say from this low to this high was a swing. Okay, we're reacting off of this 4-hour, 1-hour premium array, as you could say. Premium liquidity that got taken out, right? Buy side liquidity that got taken out. You're trying to get in after the reaction. Okay, you can see how choppy this was right here. Look how choppy this was as well. You can see how choppy, look how it's coming down, like building low resistance liquidity, right? Okay, and then as well as it didn't come and break any significant structure based off the 15-minute and the 30-minute, right? Because this was your last down move before the up move, right? I would have waited for this to be completely, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, yeah, it's potentially flipping bearish now. Excuse me, hold on, let me see. Nah, I would have waited on this. I would have waited on this to break. But if it would have came to here, it would have been kind of iffy. You know what I mean? So say it came into here and then continue back up, I'll be kind of iffy trying to take sells, especially the way this just looks. This just looks too messy. You know what I mean? So since you never got a clean break at all, right? It came back up right here into this bearish order block and never gave you that reaction to continue down. And once again, it's based off of what's going on the higher time frame, right? You got to know that this is low resistance to possibly be taken out. Even though we're reacting here, it could just be coming down into some type of some sell orders to continue up. You know what I'm saying? And come into a better premium array. So taking this, especially with no break, right? No break here, and then how choppy it looks, how it's selling off right here. It's not the best. It's not the best setup. It's just better to avoid this and have a more bullish outlook. You know what I'm saying? Have a more bullish bias to continue back up. So you could have been paying attention to this down candle right here, or this hidden base right here, or this down candle below that. You know what I mean? Close to weekly open price, which that's what I was looking for to buy at right here. And if I was to sell, this would have to be a lot more cleaner. You know what I mean? It would have to be a lot more cleaner. It would have had to react it nicely off of this area right here instead of pushing through that, because once it pushes through that, I know that it could potentially get through that. Once it just pulls back a little bit, grabs a little liquidity, sell orders, whatever, and then continue back up. You know what I mean? So I think that was the mistake right there. Let's go over, I think you did EU too. So EU. Okay, so you had, I took sales off of this, this around this area. So you had the same outlook, right? You had your breaker structure, you had it coming into there, which is cool, pretty good. Okay, you had that right there, but you said it didn't tap into it, so you missed it. So I'm guessing that you basically missed it. You basically missed your sell. Yeah. Let me see it. All right, yeah, you missed your sell. And you know, that refinement is out, and that's the one thing that I was talking about with over refinement. You know, you miss certain things because you over refine too much. So I took the same sell, right? I took the same sell. Okay. And the reason why I aimed higher is because I aimed above this area right here. So anything above this right here, this high right here, I was willing to take it, right? I was willing to sell. I caught it just in time for it. I didn't put no sell limit. I did a market execution. So even though it kind of tapped into my zone by the pip, and this is based off of, you know, the 15-minute, you can see 15-minute, this 15-minute order block right here, but that's a little over refinement too. Just mark out how you have this inducement right here, and then you have this up candle right here. Anything above this you could take. It doesn't have to be over refined all the way up to into here, or your 5-minute order block. You know what I mean? Let's go to the 5-minute. Your 5-minute order block would be right here, right? It would be right here. You know what I mean? It possibly ain't even get to that. Let me see. Yeah, it didn't even get to that. You know what I mean? So don't over refine. Just you know, mark out the whole range and see, you know, find some type of, you know, FEG inside of it, or liquidity or whatever, which was right here, and then take it once it comes into that refinement. Now, I had a lot more context going on inside of this range, so I knew exactly where to kind of take it and to sell it from, which was actually a market execution anyway. But say if I did put a sell limit, it would have been around here. It would have been around here, above this, inside of this above this area inside of this bearish order block, right off the 30-minute. All right, so yeah, just don't over refine. The sell idea was pretty good. It was really good. You know what I mean? Especially since you have this breaking structure right here, right? You had daily open price. It came up, right? Drew the swing, and you were expecting lower prices to come back to daily open and possibly close bearish. You know what I mean? Which it didn't, but you can see open, right? Open, high, low, below daily open, close, right? This is what basically happened here. This is what happened here, right? It didn't come all the way down here, but this right here, open, high, drew the swing, low, close. That's exactly what this did here. So yeah, just don't over refine too much, broski. But thank you guys for actually sharing your charts with me, and I'm glad I actually got to, you know, go over these trades with you guys. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. If anybody you watching this video wants to share your analysis or your trades for next week's video, which I'm gonna do this every week, go ahead and just private message me your trade for the week. You know what I mean? With annotations, like how I do right here, annotations where I partialed out, you know, and all of that. Annotate it, send it to me, and we'll go over it. You know, whether it's a winner or a loser, we'll go over it next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this trade review and these trade breakdowns, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace. I'm out.